franchises and independent small businesses alike are going to feel the pinch as the Covid-19 lockdown continues. Business advisor Mduduzi Luthuli says people can't sit with your arms folded and do nothing. He says preparedness is the key to survive any emergency. Let's get some more now from Mduduzi Luthuli. Mdu, good evening to you here on The Pulse. All right, firstly, I imagine the first thing you need to do is prepare for this kind of situation.
No, for sure. Evening, Stephen. You know, the key to surviving any setback in business is preparedness. Being able to identify the early warning signs of business distress and implementing a mitigation plan against that. So the businesses that hope to survive the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic must do this efficiently. But the good news is that if this is done properly, uncertainty certainly presents an opportunity to transform your business. You know, the most common and typical early indicators of distress include things like liquidity issues, which is, in English, just not having enough money to run your business, or out of formula borrowings, and that's taking on additional debt that wasn't accommodated for and not planned for, and you may not be able to pay back. And then other more operational type signs include things like unplanned overtime, expedited or missed shipments, loss of a key customer, increased employee turnover. So these are all things that can come up before times, and the only way to combat them is preparedness, because whatever the cause may be, issue must be addressed before the business encounters even more extreme levels of stress, and this is the time to do that.
Mduduzi, is it important to tap into all of the intellectual capital your business may have? I mean, management's great at sitting around a boardroom table or on Zoom nowadays and trying to come up with ideas, but is this a moment where you actually need to speak to every single person in your company and see what ideas they may have?
100%. You know, we're all in this together. So as management, you need to be able to create an environment where you tap into the full intellectual capacity of all employees, not just management, like you said there. And the best way to do this is to conduct a pre-mortem. So a typical pre-mortem begins when you bring in the team as management and you brief them and say, listen, this is the plan ahead. This is how I think I'll be able to run the business and get us through the next 3 to 6 months. But then you do a business, you plan out the scenario where you say now to the employees, you're giving them a safe environment for them to speak openly and speak up about potential problems they might see in the plan, problems that they might not address before because they were scared of being victimized. So you bring them in, you say, this is the plan for the next 3 to 6 months. We're conducting a pre-mortem now. I want you to, first of all, imagine the worst. Start the meeting by exposing that the business has failed. Ask your employees, why has the business failed? They need to generate reasons for that failure. Ask each person to write down all the reasons that they can think of to try and explain the failure that has occurred. Share the reasons for failure. And now as a group, as a business, because we're all in this together, ask each person to share one item on their list and continue to go around the room until everyone has exhausted their list. Record all the reasons and brainstorm the solutions. And then review this list on an ongoing basis. Just a simple thing like doing a pre-mortem is a very powerful tool for businesses to come together, both management and employees, and plan ahead. And actually, before things get worse, before things get bad, say, if this happens, how will we address it?